Welcome back to the Madden 06 Rebrand featuring the Norfolk Defenders, and today we are in the Conference Championship week. We're down to the final 4 teams, and this week we have a chance to play into the Super Bowl. I'm excited. Let's give you a look at the remaining 4 teams that are left, including us. So again, in the NFC, we play the Louisiana Sailors, who we defeated in week 2 by a score of 30-17. Here's a quick team matchup look once again. Both teams are on a 9-game win streak or more. The Sailors have the 3rd best offense in the league and the 6th best total defense in the league. Meanwhile, the turnover differential has kind of leveled them out just a bit, and even though our offense isn't really performing on the passing side of the ball, the defense and turnover differentials have really proved a difference in the ball games that we've played. So if we can hold the Sailors to a decent amount of yards, but just make sure that they don't get into the end zone, maybe force a few turnovers along the way, should be enough to win the ball game. But first, let's get a look at the AFC matchup between the Snowbirds and the Marshalls. Both teams kind of average just in terms of like offense or defense. Marshalls just happen to have a little bit of a better turnover differential, but both of these teams tend to run the ball more than anything. If they've had to pass, the Marshalls have had a little bit more success. The Snowbirds are a lot like us. They're very run heavy, don't pass the ball a whole lot, and their defense is just a little bit lacking in terms of comparison to ours. So in all honesty, I'm paying a lot of attention to the NFC matchup, not because we're in the NFC matchup, but just because I think those are the 2 strong teams that are remaining. I have faith in my team's abilities, and the Sailors look to be the best of the remaining 3 teams on paper. But both the Snowbirds and the Marshalls are on a 4-game win streak, and we're going to go ahead and simulate this game to see who reaches the Super Bowl and who we might potentially match up against if we win our matchup. So here we go. Here's the simulation of the game. And the Snowbirds come away in overtime, 19-16. We'll get a look at the box score. Nothing doing in the first quarter. Toronto with a 10-3 lead in the second quarter. And then again, no scoring until the 4th. Georgia with 13 unanswered points. Toronto was able to tie it up with 2 seconds left on the clock and send it into overtime. And from there, they drove down the field, and this overtime, there's no back and forth. If you score a field goal, you win. They were able to drive down the field and get a field goal within the first minute and a half of overtime period. So there you go. There's your ball game. The Snowbirds just happened to catch back up and win the coin toss. They are in the Super Bowl. Toronto and Canada are in the Super Bowl for a chance to win for the first time ever. But this is it. The Defenders, 14 wins, a 10-game win streak on the line. Will we be able to continue that onto the Super Bowl, or will we fall flat before the final round? I have little memory of the Week 2 matchup. I forgot to watch the gameplay from that week, but I think the Sailors are a much different team than what they were back in Week 2. That was such a long time ago. I mean, back then we were even struggling to get some stuff going on offense. We've really shaken off the rust, at least with the run game, and just the turnovers have been a lot better recently in terms of like what we are able to do on offense. The Sailors actually defer to kick, so we're going to take this end zone. So we have a 4th quarter advantage with the wind, and here we go. Lamont will take the opening kickoff from about the 5-yard line, runs it up the gut to about the 25. It is a cold one here in Norfolk today. You can kind of see the little breaths that the players are taking hanging in the air, so it's frigid. It's January. Michael's not able to get anything on that carry. Our offensive lineman was a bit slow there, so a loss of 2. Usually we're able to, we're a team that very much runs the first play of the game like every single time, and usually there's some gain. Not a good start here. An incompletion that nearly went back the other way on 1st down, and a run that lost a couple yards, so we're kind of already with our backs against the wall here on 3rd and 12 from our own territory. Here comes the free safety in. See if we maybe have some one-on-one coverage for each of our receivers. Carey's going to extend the play. Page just stopped as soon as I threw it. And the Sailors get an interception on the play. It's kind of frustrating. It would have been a defensible ball regardless, but just the fact that as soon as I decided to throw it, our wide receiver just decided to stop running in the middle of the field. I thought he's going to continue on with the same pattern, but not so. And now the Sailors have some good field position. We're going to have to defend here. Oh, Nelson breaks past our linebacker, showboats into the end zone, and it's a horrid start in the first quarter. The Sailors with a 40-yard touchdown pass to start off the game. Can only go up from here, I would hope. Extra point by Louisiana nearly goes over the net, and they lead 7-0. Nelson is going to the Pro Bowl. I think he was one of the top 3 rushers in the league once I looked at the stats near the end of the season. I forgot to go over the season leaders, I suppose. I should probably do that once our season's over. So 41 seconds into the game, we're already down 7-0. The Sailors will get the ball at the half as well, so we really have to make a statement here by the end of the first half and catch back up. Here's Michaels. Somehow a defender goes over him, and he's able to pick up 8 on the play. Go with the dive play on 2nd and 2. The last thing I'd want is to turn the ball over again right away, so I'm going to try and stick with the run, even though it's early and we're down. Michaels, I think, falls forward for the first down. Yes, indeed. It's a little bit of a mistake on my end, I suppose, to go away from the run. I mean, when you lose a couple yards on first down, your first thought's to go to the pass or something, but then you kind of force Carey to make some plays and our wide receiver core, and that just hasn't been our success pattern to start off the season. I will try a throw on 2nd and 7 with Michaels on his little route out to the side here in case of emergency. They are going to do some man coverage. Minter is able to get open across the middle, and that'll bring us out to the 45, so there's a good solid pass. We'll shake things up on first down with a play action, one of my favorite play action plays. Michaels is open again. I think this happened like a week or 2 ago. The right side was being pressured. Usually I roll out to the right on those situations, but I think it was like a week or 2 ago. Michaels was actually open off to the left, and I, rolled back out to the left. I think that throw ended up being incomplete, but that time was successful. We get a first down, and there goes Michaels for another gain of 10. We're inside the red zone at the 20, so a good bounce back drive so far by our offense. We have 1st and 10. I'm going to go with another throw. Feeling a little bit more confident over the air with the last few tries. Minter stays in bounds, doesn't quite get the first down. Go with the blast play to see if we can pick up this first down right here and get into a 1st and goal situation. Not much of a hole. Michaels maybe picks up a yard, but I don't think he got the first down. It's going to be a 3rd and very short. From here, I'm just probably going to try a QB sneak. The last few short yardage situations we've gone to Kozlowski, and he just can't really seem to power through, so I haven't done a QB sneak in a while. We'll see if Carey's able to find some success. He actually got 3 or 4 yards on that play, and we're out to the 5. I know I've lauded on the opposition for doing a toss play from a 1st and goal situation. I'm gonna see if I can I'm gonna do the running back fake. Michaels, can you cut it outside? Not enough to get the touchdown, but does get 3 yards. Yeah, I was saying earlier, there are times where the opposition had a 1st and goal from the 1 or the 2, and they did a toss play. It's, a little bit better of a call out to the 5. You have a little bit more room to cover. 2nd and goal, though, we'll go with the halfback sting, see if we can pick up a touchdown. Michaels is able to cut it out to the left, and we should be able to tie this up with an extra point opportunity. A great offensive drive there after the disastrous start. Now it'll be up to our defense. The Sailors scored on the first play of the game, and I don't envision that happening again. Again, we tend to have one of those big plays per match that kind of results in a touchdown. So if that was it, great. We just gotta let the offense just kind of take things slow and steady for our defense to succeed. Oh no, 0 accuracy. That's gonna go out of bounds. And the Sailors will get the ball at their own 40. I guess it's better than our 40 after the turnover, but keep putting them in prime position. 3 wide receivers set. I'm actually going to go with the dime package here just because Nelson proved he can catch the ball and run for a while. Maybe having that extra speed out there will help. Now we have Nelson with Edwards. There goes Nelson. Decided to go with the hit stick, and it worked. Lost a couple yards. Hit stick has failed me in a few of those situations because I wasn't able to line it up correctly, and I had another guy behind Connor to potentially make the tackle, so that's why I decided to go with it there. There's the inside handoff to Nelson. Picks up 7, so it's going to be a 3rd and 5. I'm going to go with the cover 2 pinch. so we can get the short routes and across the middle. The one thing I'm worried about is if they decide to go deep, because there have been a few opportunities where we have the 2 deep safeties and they've just kind of let the opposition go. Glenn! That's why you send those guys out around the line of scrimmage out to the sidelines, so they can pick up those passes like that very quickly. We were able to react and get the interception, so there we go. We turned the ball over, let up some points, and now we got it right back. Or I should say the turnover differential is now even. We'll see if we're able to capitalize on it. 2nd and 8 upcoming after a short run by Michaels. We'll try this button hook play one more time. Last time, like I said, I was a bit slow actually throwing it, so I'll be a little bit better about that. They're going to drop back into double coverage though for that route, so dump off to Michaels for a gain of 7. I think it's going to be a 3rd and a very long one though, given the situation. Didn't look like he got that close to the first down marker. Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit over 1 yard, but we're going to go with the strong blast play here over to the right. If we don't get it, I'll probably go for it because it's in that kind of dangerous territory between a punt and field goal. Yeah, he got close as the tackle was being made, but that's going to run out the end of the first quarter. And again, this would be a 53-yard field goal for Mansfield. I don't really trust it, and the punt only nets us, maybe an extra 17 yards on the touchback. So let's go ahead and try the QB sneak one more time with Carey. It looks like the ball's already over the line, but here goes. Once again, the QB sneak gets us about 4 yards, and that'll push us ahead into, well, close to the 30. 1st and 10, we'll try a passing play since we did a few runs last drive, or last set of downs. Michaels can't handle that one. Would have had a little bit of room to run, but 2nd down. This is going to be a play-action play from the shotgun. We have a few guys going across the middle. Brown might actually have some single coverage deep as the safety comes in to kind of press him at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if he's able to get there. The jump was a bit off, but still kind of bobbled into his chest, and then he dropped it, so 3rd and 10. At this point, I just need to get a few yards to get Mansfield into some more comfortable field goal range, so even if we don't pick up the 1st down, I need at least like 4 or 5 yards here. Brown is able to come up with it and gets the 1st down, so that'll bring us closer to the 20. A big 3rd and 10 pass situation. I was kind of looking for Lamont across the middle. He got tangled up. I mean, I would have taken that 4 or 5 yard pass play for the field goal, but ended up having a different guy open across the middle, getting us the 1st down, and Michaels with a gain of 4. After 2 abysmal pass plays to start off the game, we've really well adjusted with the passing game since then. There's Michaels again. Is he able to get to the end zone? Yes, indeed. You just can't leave him unattended over there. Made teams pay time and time again. And whoever had the zone coverage over there, the linebacker, was slow. We're able to capitalize on that interception and go up 14-7, barring the extra points. 31 accuracy. Ball kind of tapers off to the right, having some kicking issues that could come back into play later. We had the kickoff, which hopefully this one will finally put the Sailors back within their own 40 for once. It's a short kick with limited power, but they're going to take this one at the 15 and not quite to the 30. So the worst field position of the day for the Sailors. Look at that time of possession. I mean, they've had a turnover and a quick touchdown, so I don't really know what to expect here on drive number 3. They're going to go ahead with the pass. And that one was into some double coverage across the middle, very contested. And the Sailors, for the 2nd straight offensive play, have thrown an interception. Yeah, there's just a jumble of like crossing receivers right there. We had the man coverage, and Connors was also kind of there. I'm not sure. I think he might have had the running back, so Michaels gets up to the 25. So they've had a long touchdown and 2 turnovers. Like, they just haven't really had a solid, just, yard by yard kind of drive so far. So again, I'm still not sure like what to expect going into the, well, almost 2nd half. I know if they get the ball back here after this drive, they're probably going to go 2-minute offense. 3.5 minutes remaining, 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. We're going to give Michaels the draw on this one. That maybe picks up 2. They'll give him 3. I might try a few passing plays here. See if we can take a shot to the end zone with Abbott on this one. Louisiana stacking the box. We'll see if they drop back into coverage. Oh, Minter had some space over the left. The throw was a bit behind him. Incomplete. Yeah, I wanted to go to Abbott out to the right, but like as soon as the play got snapped, like a whole majority of their defensive players just kind of shifted over to the right. So like that entire side of the field was locked down. I wanted to lead Minter a little bit longer than where I threw that. Could have been picked off, instead it's an incomplete, and Mansfield should have a fairly easy field goal here, right down the middle. Again, kicking accuracy, don't fail me now. 95, that should do it. And it's now a 10-point lead. We've gotten 10 points off of turnovers. Louisiana technically has had 7 as well, so... And the kickoff again will only go to the 15. Here's Van, the returner, gets them close to the 28, similar to the last drive. And now Louisiana, who scored to make it 7-0 very early in the game, now finds themselves down 2 possessions. They're reeling right now with a couple turnovers on their last 2 possessions. They're going to run the ball. Smart play. You have one of the best running backs in the league. Oh my goodness, he fumbled the ball. I was just about to say, you have one of the best running backs in the league, because he was like one of the top 3 rushers in the league. And for the 3rd straight offensive play, the Sailors have turned the ball over twice with an interception and once with a fumble. Fortune has just seemed to go the opposite direction on them. They had that 40-yard touchdown to begin, and now they just can't hold on to the football for anything right now. Honestly, we could afford to just kind of run the ball here out to end the half, or close to give the Sailors not as much of an opportunity. Kozlowski finally catches one. That one was a bit more of a lob than some of the darts he can't handle. It doesn't result in a first down, however. I'm actually going to give him an opportunity here to get the first down again. We've done 2 QB sneaks. We got to switch things up here, so we're going to hand the ball off to Kozlowski. There we go. Power through, big fella. Gets 4 or 5, and that should take us down to the 2-minute warning. I'll do a few run plays and see if Louisiana actually calls some timeouts. If not, we can let the clock tick down a bit. Settle for another field goal. That would put us up by 13. And if we're able to power it into the end zone, I'll take that too. Michaels gets close to the 10-yard line, a gain of 7. And we'll just continue on in the full house formation. Yeah, I mean, no rush. We're up by 10. We have a scoring opportunity. We can just run the football instead of throwing it over the air. And, I mean, hopefully our running back can hold on to the football. But Louisiana, I would guess once they get closer to the 1-minute mark, they're going to try and maybe call some more timeouts and see if they can at least get one more offensive possession before the half. Michaels has some room to run. The wide receiver held his block, and Michaels is able to just tiptoe into the end zone. Another touchdown for Michaels, and an extra point will give us 24 points in the first half. I mean, I was just talking about running down the clock, but if the defense gives you a touchdown that easily on a run play, I mean, you got to take that. So let's get a look at Derek Michaels' first half so far. 72 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns, and he also has 38 yards receiving and another touchdown. So 3 total touchdowns. He has 110 total yards in just the first 9 minutes of this game. I didn't quite realize it until, he got into the end zone again this last time, but like, he has been like the main cog in the machine this game. Obviously the turnovers help very much, but again, Michaels is our MVP this year, and I would be surprised if he didn't win the NFL MVP once the awards are announced at the end of the season. 3 wide receivers set for the Sailors, and we will see if they can break the streak of 3 straight offensive plays with the turnover. I doubt they'll run the ball here, though. So the ball is open season. Martin makes a catch for 4 yards, and finally the Sailors are able to end a play with the ball in their own hands. As we near the 1-minute mark, 2nd and 7, tight end falls over. Connor has a jump ball, but the tight end just has a little bit more of an edge on him. And there's the timeout at the 1-minute mark that the computer tends to take. A 5 wide receiver set on 1st and 10. The Sailors nearing midfield. They're really bunching up their receivers though here, so our guy, McComas, might actually go out for a short slant. Burton tips that one. Held in the air for a few seconds, but the only other guys in the area were our defensive linemen, and they're not fast enough to jump on the ball like that, so 2nd down and 10. Had a few of those, you know, just tip balls, like punching animations where the ball just kind of skips into the air and like the defense is able to react to it enough. Quarterback goes out for a run for a gain of 2, and they're going to have to spend another one of their timeouts. If we get the ball, because they don't convert right here, though, I'm just going to run out the half, even though we have all 3 timeouts and a bit of time remaining. Going deep down the field again. And that will result in a 4th down. Okay, Louisiana's actually going to go for it on 4th and 8. And if they turn the ball over here, we'll have a short field to maybe put some more points on the board. So this is a big 4th down. And Louisiana is already kind of going with an all-or-nothing approach. And that one's thrown into triple coverage. Burton is able to pick it off. We get pushed back about 10 yards from where we were. But that is our 3rd pass interception on defense of the game. And you know, with this field position, we might as well try something. Minter out to the side. I'm going to call a timeout there. Gets a yard, or rather a yard until the 1st down. A 9-yard pickup, and we're nearing the 45. I'm going to try a run play here to pick up the 1st down and maybe go from there. Michaels, call another timeout. Gets a gain of 3 or 4 on that one. As a reminder, we scored 30 points against the Sailors in our first game against them this season. We already have 24, and we have a chance to match our total with a touchdown here to end the half. They're going to drop into coverage. Michaels is alone off to the side, and another big reception because they let him have some space. We're down to the 26. That should be decent field goal range, and now we can just, again, run the ball here. Maybe just pick up 3 points. Michaels is able to pick up maybe 1 on that one. Let's try another run play up the middle here, see if we can set up Mansfield down the middle. Michaels is able to put the spin move on to get past the 20, but we're just going to take it from right there. Call a timeout with about 3 or 4 seconds left and just get 3 points on the board. 36-yard attempt for Mansfield, about close to the last field goal he made in his last opportunity. Only 88 power, but that should have enough distance to make it through. Kind of died a little bit at the end. And we have 1 second left in the first half. 27 unanswered points for the defenders. Just a complete failure on all fronts after that first drive by the Sailors. 4 turnovers. Already down 20 points. They will get the ball back. Oh no, this is going to roll out of bounds. This squib kick did not work out, and now Louisiana with the chance to throw a Hail Mary our way, I suppose. So let's get the prevent defense here. They're just going to hawk it up here, I would believe, for the last play of the half. We'll just go really deep with Connor to make sure we don't get beat deep. Yep, there is the 3 receivers going out. We'll see how far Jackson can throw it, though. Glenn nearly picked that off. I just dove for it. Actually, one of their receivers was there too, but even if he caught it, wouldn't have done any difference. They would have been short 15, 20 yards of the end zone. So here we go for the second half. We're up by 20. The Sailors will get the ball so they can maybe see if they can get some momentum going. But 4 straight possessions with the turnover. I mean, I think at this point they'd even take like a few first downs leading to a punt. Van gets popped. There goes the helmet. Dual tackle on that one. And Louisiana's not playing around. A 5 wide receiver set to start the second half. All right then. Let's play some pass defense. Connor gets kind of tangled up on the receiver we were supposed to carry, but the front 4 does their job and forces the pressure for the incompletion. 2nd and 10. Louisiana going with another 4 wide receiver set. Playing across the middle here with Connor. Oh, they have Glenn on some single coverage with the receiver. He's able to bat the ball away. And that'll lead to another incompletion. 3rd and 10 for Louisiana. I mean, this is how they're going to go out, just with either a turnover or a bunch of incompletions. That's not a winning formula. That's just desperation, and it's like the start of the second half. And then a little 4 or 5 yard Dump off across the middle. I mean, even if he caught that, Connor just absolutely laid into him. But even if he caught that, that's a 4th down. So Louisiana will finally punt the ball for the first time today. It's their 6th possession, the first one that didn't result in a touchdown or a turnover. And after only about 20 seconds, we'll get the ball right back. Or for the first time in the second half. I'm getting to that point again where I might just, might be smart to rest Michaels with the lead that we have. We're probably going to be running most of the game. Powers through that guy. Gets about 6 on the play. They'll give him 7. 2nd and 3. Michaels will get the ball again on 2nd down. This time up the middle. Louisiana really crowded the box. I think they might have even brought the blitz. So 3rd and 2 upcoming. Let's see how I want to attack this one. I guess we'll go with some short slants here instead of running the ball. See if we can throw Louisiana off just enough or dump it off to Michaels again. Abbott's wide open to the right. He's able to catch the ball and make it out to the 45-yard line. Reminder, if we win this game and hold on, we play the Snowbirds. As you saw the ticker there, they were able to win in overtime against the number 1 seed, the Marshalls. Michaels got the toss, and there was just nothing out there to the left, so he's able to go back across the middle for a gain of 1. We'll try another run on 2nd and 9, and then from there maybe go for passes. We've already nearly won the time of possession battle. 9.5 minutes to about 2 minutes. Jones is actually the ball carrier on this one, picks up 2, so it'll be a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Madden says a screenplay. We'll try it, otherwise we can dump it off to Jones. It'll be 4th down. He's just a yard short. And again, we're in that weird kind of no man's land with the punt or the field goal, so we might as well go for it here. I mean, we're up by 20, so I guess we could punt the ball, but we'll see if Jones can get this one on his own. He does not, so Louisiana stays tough. We could have punted the ball, I suppose, and maybe driven them back another 20 yards, but it's worth a shot. We've tried a few sneak plays. We tried the fullback dive. This quarterback was on the Pro Bowl. Wow, he's having a really rough day. There's a completion. First one in a while for the Sailors as they get close to midfield. There's his line again. He's going to the Pro Bowl, 4 for 13 today with a touchdown, that 40-yard play to the running back, and 3 picks. They also haven't run it to Nelson in a while, as exactly what they're doing right now. Cannot tackle him, keeps bouncing off defenders, gets close to the 1st down. But after that last fumble, they really haven't looked his way, and they've tried to pass since they're down by so much. That one actually got him a significant chunk of yardage in 2nd and inches. Pass play as I brought the blitz. They had some open men down the field. And this is the drive that Louisiana was looking for pretty much all game. Gotten a few back-to-back 1st downs in their driving. Something they haven't been able to do most of the game so far. There's a false start by the offensive lineman. I think that's only the 2nd or 3rd that we've seen this entire season, to be honest. 1st and 15, it looks like they're going to have a run formation here with 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, only 1 wide receiver. Misdirection play to Nelson. I mean, the computer just does that so often and reacted, but our guy was already being blocked. So a gain of 9 there. Still going to be a 2nd and 6 for the Sailors. Get a look there. They have almost 100 total yards. We have 100 in both the rushing and passing game so far. Jackson gets sacked. He was looking deep to the left, which I think had some single coverage, but thankfully we're able to get the sack on that one. And I'm going to play deep here with the zone and cover across the middle with Connor. We don't want them to get to 1st down. If they get really short of the 1st down and go for a field goal, that is absolutely fine with me. Still a 17-point game from there. There might be some mechanic in the playoffs, though, where they know, like, they have to win the ball game. That is a catch, and they are going to try for a field goal. Okay, I'm going to do this safe zone just in case. I mean, this field goal, again, doesn't really help them out that much. It's still a 3-possession game, and it's a really long conversion attempt to begin with. That one just sneaks into the corner of the upright, and it's good. So Louisiana gets some points on the board. Long drive down the field ends with only 3 points, and they're happy to take it. But then again, so am I. Still a 3-possession game, and we get the ball back, likely going into the 4th quarter here soon. Lamont gets popped near the 30. I honestly tried to do the truck stick with Lamont because if we broke it past that guy, might have been able to take it to the house, but instead, some decent field position here. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the game, and again, it's going to be a question of how long I want Michaels in there. Maybe if we're able to score on this drive, I'll think about it. That would really put the game away if we did one more long drive down the field. I'm going to try a pass play here on 2nd and 8. Oh, I wanted to get it off to Nelson once he kind of made his move, but they brought the blitz, a smart play there by the Sailors, and yeah, I think the smart play here would be to just play it safe or run the ball. I'll select a pass play, see if we can get Lamont or Brown out to the sideline, but yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to just throwing the ball away. They're going to double up both of them. Michaels hits his elbow, falls incomplete, wasn't going to do much anyway. So good defensive stand here the last few possessions by the Sailors. They stopped our 4th down conversion try and now a 3 and out. They're looking to get back into this ball game. I mean, there's still a quarter to play. They have a few possessions to work with, and if they keep having defensive possessions like that, I don't know. This ball game isn't quite over yet. Another 2 tight end, 2 running back situation here. Likely going to be a run to Nelson. We'll see if it's one of those misdirection plays. So we're going to hang back with Connor just in case. See if they fake it to the left, hand it off to the right. No, they just hand it off to the right. Nelson runs into a wall of his own offensive lineman and gets nothing on the play. 2nd and 10. Maybe one more play before the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers set and the shotgun formation for the Sailors. Gonna snap it close to the end of the clock. There we go. Double coverage. I jumped there early with Edwards, and their receiver's able to make the catch as we end the 3rd quarter. Did not get the 1st down, however, so 3rd and inches. Kind of going through audibles here. Didn't pick the play I wanted. Regardless, it's a pass for the 1st down, even with man coverage. Just that little, 3 or 4 yard button hook was able to do the trick there. And 1st and 10, I'm going to try one more blitz, and then I think that will be my final blitz for the game. It worked. They did the play action, and that honestly bought my blitz more time to get to the quarterback before he set his feet. It's a sack. Lose only a couple on the play, so as we near the 4.5 minute mark of the 4th quarter, there goes Jackson again, trying to scramble right away, and gets tackled. Another loss and a sack by our defensive line. And we got to guard the 1st down marker here, or close to it. So 3rd down and 17. I'm sending 6 deep, and I'm going to spy with Connor across the middle here. Jackson gets sacked again, and they're going to have to punt. I mean, 4th and 21 is, pretty much impossible at this stage in the game. So they're just going to make their best effort to stop us on defense one more time. Lamont's going to fair catch this one at the 31-yard line, and with 4 minutes to go, we just need to run some clock, juice some clock. We hold on, we make it to the Super Bowl against the Toronto Snowbirds. There's another look there at the ticker from the earlier game. They're able to win in overtime after tying the game late. Michaels does not get anything on that run. Actually lost a few yards from the last time they showed this total offense thing. Full house formation. We got Jones and Kozlowski as the blockers, and Michaels is going to head off here to the left. He's able to pick up about 5, so it'll be 3rd and medium. I'll see if I can hit him with the play action here, and maybe Kozlowski will be able to handle the pass for once. I couldn't get it off in time. 4th down. Another quick 3 and out forced by the Sailors. The only thing is they weren't able to capitalize last drive, so they've lost a few minutes in the process, and now with about 3 minutes left to go in the game, they need to score at least 3 separate times. Nice punt there, not going to be much of an opportunity for the return. He does fair catch it at the 21 before it rolls out of bounds. Do or die time here for Louisiana. They need to move the ball, and they need to move it fast, so we're going to go with a little bit more zone coverage here to prevent the deep ball more than anything. Jackson keeps getting sacked by our defense. Isaac Kent with at least his 2nd sack of the game. That's his 3rd sack of the game. And he's a rookie. I didn't even realize. Our front 4 doing some work. I mean, part of it's just the fact that the quarterback is scrambling right into them on some occasion. But We can just keep afford to play some zone. That one is batted down by the wide receiver, I think. He just couldn't come up with the ball. So 3rd and 18. I'd be really shocked if they go for it this time around too, being inside their own 15 at the moment. But it is getting to the point where it's just like, you know, what else can you try? You can't keep punting the ball away. You need to score to save your season. There's the screen to Thomas, the wide receiver, only gets a couple. And indeed, the Sailors will have to punt one more time. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work with, but they need to score 3 separate times to keep their playoff hopes alive. Quick punt there is going to get us to about the 50-yard line. We'll do one more run play, and then it'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. We'll go with our favorite halfback counter, which we've only called one time today, I believe. Michael's up the middle. And did he just go over 100 yards rushing, I believe? Yes, he did. 27 carries, 100 yards. Not the best average on the day, but it'll do the job. He's also had quite a lot of receiving yards. And it seems like pretty much every game he gets 100 rushing yards and about 50 reception yards. Just a great total package that you can rely on in different situations. Hand the ball off to Kozlowski here on 2nd and 5. See if we can just push forward a couple yards, but honestly we're just trying to run the clock at this point. No timeouts so far by the Sailors, so we can continue to let the clock run. And we'll give another handoff to Kozlowski. I mean, why not? Our passing yards have dipped below 100. But that's okay. Less than 2 minutes before the defenders make it to the Super Bowl. And again, I'm just trying to protect Michaels. He's still in the game, but, you know, handing the ball off to Kozlowski hopefully hinders Michaels from being injured. There's the timeout by Louisiana. I know I could really put the game away by getting a first down here, but I'm just going to go ahead and try and coffin corner the ball. Really make it difficult for Louisiana to go down the field since they do need to score 3 separate times. Oh, that is almost perfect. Burton, can you get there? Oh, I had to run around the returner and get to the ball. I don't know if he would have made it there anyway, but man, oh man, that was almost a perfect coffin corner punt right there. So Louisiana has 80 yards to go unless they decide to, you know, just tap out around the 30 and kick a field goal, take their chances from there. But for all intents and purposes, I believe this one is over. We just need to, well, almost intercept the ball. Come on, Edwards. That was right to you on the tee. But yes, basically just make sure that we don't get beat deep. So that's why I keep calling plays similar to this one where we have at least like 4 deep safeties or corners. We just cannot let up the big streak pattern. As there he goes right there. Martin's able to catch it. Even when I send 4 people back that far, sometimes it still doesn't work out. And we'll see if they call a timeout here with 1 minute. Oh, there's a fumble forced by Cleveland. It's picked up by the Sailors. That would have done it right there. A strong hit. Get a look there at Michaels. Like I said, 150 yards, almost guaranteed per game. That one into triple coverage. And Jackson has injured his head on the pressure. Not what you want to see with the Sailors. I mean, your season's pretty much done, so it's about the health and safety of next season at that point, especially for a Pro Bowl quarterback like that. Not a good sight to see. Going again into triple coverage. This one's knocked down, just short of the end zone. 3rd and 10 upcoming. We'll go with the contain this time just to see if they do a screen or anything like that. Connor's doing the middle of the field here on this play. Again, they do some slant routes. Okay. Nearly caught by the receiver. 4th down. We'll see if they go for it. Yes, they will. Go for it as in, you know, they could just kick the field goal, but they want to try and make sure that they make this score as close as possible, I suppose, at this point. 30 seconds, still down by 17. Would be another 50-yard field goal, which their kicker barely made last time. Oh, Connor was just a bit behind where the ball was. That's going to be a 1st down. As we tick closer to the end of the 4th quarter, 20 seconds to go. And Louisiana finally, as they're about to spike the ball, calls timeout. We're just going with the prevent here, preventing the touchdown. They can take wherever else they want on the field. They have no timeouts remaining. Little time to work with. So they have to take a shot to the end zone. Anything else will just tackle them and the clock effectively runs out. There's Martin. And again, gets inside the 10, but that is it. Like, they have maybe one more play to run, and then this game is over. They'll probably spike it here. Inside of 10 seconds. There's the spike with 6 seconds remaining. Maybe 2 plays at the end zone, depending on how fast they throw it. And again, we're just trying to prevent the touchdown. Doesn't matter at this point anyhow. Picked off by Coombs to end the game. That one was at his shoestrings. And we end the game with another turnover. Our ball hawking defense forces 4 interceptions and a forced fumble. Justin Carey, you are going to the Super Bowl against Toronto. So it's USA versus Canada. And we already kind of got to look at the stats with the Michaels being the player of the game. I don't know if there's anything else really worth checking out that's terribly interesting. I suppose we could see like how many players got a sack or an interception, I guess. Real team effort, though, on defense, and some questionable decisions by the Sailors on some of their throws back when they first turned the ball over the first couple times. All right, let's get a look on defense. So we had Kent, who had 3 sacks, Schwartz and Grimm, so 5 total sacks on the day, and we had 4 different players with an interception, 3 corners, and the middle linebacker, go figure. There he is again, Derek Michaels, 100 yards on the ground exactly, 53 yards, 3 touchdowns in the game, all of which were in the first half, and we take this one by a score of 27-10. So here is your Super Bowl matchup, the Toronto Snowbirds and the Norfolk Defenders. The Snowbirds again on a 5-game win streak, the 2nd seed in the AFC, and we'll get a comparison here of our total stats. We have a little bit better defense, 1st in the league, 3rd in pass defense. Snowbirds just a little bit above average, and they are again another run-heavy team. So were the Sailors. I mean, they had a little bit more of a balanced offense, but they didn't really run the ball much last week. The Snowbirds are definitely going to run the ball a whole lot more with their rush offense. 2nd in the league. And you get a look at the turnover differential. We're 1st in the league. Snowbirds a little bit lacking in that department. And the personnel, I mean, we have a little bit better rated defense. They have quite an edge in special teams, so maybe they have some high rated kickers or punters that might be able to get them some extra yardage on like a long field goal try or something like that. But I have good thoughts about this one. I have good faith that we'll more than likely win this game. It's just a matter of making sure we dot our I's and cross our T's. Can't turn the ball over like we did the first drive of this last game. From there, we made the game a lot stronger in terms of our all-around play against the Sailors, and a similar performance next week will ensure our first title in season number 1. Just a couple episodes left to go in season 1. Obviously, we have the big dance, the Super Bowl, at hand. And then after that, we will have an off-season episode with some free agent signings, look at the stats, the NFL draft, all of that fun stuff. Season 2, I'm still kind of undecided when I'll start that, but I will let you guys know when that will be, as obviously you want to see the new players that we got in the draft and see how we do with those new players. But I will be going more into MLB The Show as we get closer to the spring, as I previously mentioned. It's been a fun ride so far, and hopefully we can cap it off with the Super Bowl. Again, this is the Madden 06 rebrand featuring the Norfolk Defenders. This is Kasabe signing off for now. We will see you next week for the big dance.